Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything from you.
You attacked the Hydro Archon?
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
What?
I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa. Over my years of service, I've learned how a real Archon conducts and carries themselves. Whether Iudex Neuvillette or Farina, neither fits the bill. It's hard to imagine either of them as the Archon. Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years working in intelligence gathering, I've come to realize I am at a complete loss regarding the identity of the god of the land of my birth.
Wait. Back when I actually cared about this game, I thought Farina was they announced her as the Hydro Archon. But they're now hinting at that she was never a Hydro Archon. She's just like a distraction. Red herring doesn't lead anywhere. But today they said that she's cursed. Could that be her eye? Is that like indicating that she's cursed somehow? And then the Genosis. The Genosis isn't a person, it's a thing, right? It doesn't change one's personality. So even if Farina did have the Genosis, it wouldn't change her personality, would it? Because it's just an item. Basically, it was the Wind Archon who said what the Genosis was. It was basically you have mana in a large lake, and basically you could scoop up your hands and pull from the water, but you can only get like a handful. You can only hold a handful of that magic. The Genosis, however, is like a giant bucket that you could actually pull a lot more mana out of the lake. The Genosis is the bucket. It's the tool used to wield an enormous amount of magic. So it's not a person, it's not a thing, it shouldn't change someone's personality. But what she's saying is that, oh, I know what an Archon personality is and blah blah blah, and how they act, but realistically, from all the Archons that we've seen, there is no general rule for the Archons. Like, the Bard, I forget his name, but the Wind Archon is a drunk Bard. He doesn't come across as an Archon. And then you have the China one. I forget his name too. It's been so long. Basically, he seems like an old man. Basically, he has an old man type of personality. It's like, oh, back in the day, this happened. Oh, the tea was better back in the day, and comes with like, back in the day, I could tell the stories and things like that. And then you have the Lightning Archon, which she comes across as an Archon. Like, she is above people. She's in a realm of all of her own, and she follows a set of rules that the Archons have to follow. And then you have a childlike Archon for the Dendro. She doesn't come across majestic or, above the law of the land or the people and stuff like that. So there is really no general personality that the Archons all follow.
Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? A catastrophe looms, yet many secrets have yet to rise to the surface. It looks like Fontanians will have no choice but to save themselves. Ultimately, though, one must survive in order to do anything else. Should the need arise, I would be happy to cooperate with you.
It would be so interesting that they've actually managed to keep like the real Archon, like the real Archon's like a totally different person, and they've managed to keep it secret all this time. When this was fresh and everything like that, like they tricked you thinking that Farina is the Archon, but they didn't show any pictures or anything like that of the real Archon. I hope they go that route.
You don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want to catch up with each other, so I'll leave you to him.
Neuvillette, is it over?
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite thorny in the long term. I'm concerned that sooner or later the prophesized events will occur. Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
You have enough power to force back the Primordial Sea.
Whoa. It can't be that you're the real Hydro Archon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then that's okay. We can talk about something else. We won't try to force you. You guys in Fontaine are super strange.
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics.
What did you sense in the Fortress of Meripede?
I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn this turn of events.
Huh? Why is it raining all of a sudden?
Said that the Dragon of Water once resided in Fontaine. Every time it skies with cloud pour from it. What? Oh, that's right. Every Archon has a familiar. That's right. So he can be the familiar. That's why he's so powerful.
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The Dragon of... what? Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. Farina? My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the Dragon Sovereign of Water, right? Well, if you don't want to confirm or deny...
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a secret for me.
Right, of course. We'll definitely help you keep it a secret. There's still something Paimon wants to ask you, though.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the Dragon Sovereign of Water, and you were able to force back the primordial sea from the fortress, then since Fontaine's prophecy is all about seawater, couldn't you just use your power to solve the crisis?
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world, myself included, possess our full dragonhood. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power. Today, that stolen power is the basis of the Archon's authorities.
Wait, what? What? Whoa, shit. The first... See, again, another layer. Who the fuck is the first usurper? Arrived on Tivat. He's part of the dragon's power. Today, this power is the basis of Archon's authority. So, okay. Am I getting this right? So, this first person who came to Tivat took a portion of all the dragons in the world and used that to make the Archons. And the Archons serve the first, whoever this first usurper is. Is that what the Genosis is? Stolen power is basis of the Archon's authority.
There are 7 elemental Archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
Yeah.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority to me.
Disappears, returns that.
Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way
But
to deal with the
Archons
prophecy.
can't disappear. They're reincarnated, right?
Oh, so even
So his
you
power
can't
can never
solve
return.
it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later time.
Dude, let's go to the Geo Archon, man. Like I think he's the original. Like he knows the entire history.
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? Paimon is a little worried. We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Oh shit. This location is currently involved in other quests. Please check the details. An expert company occupied by quest. Expert company. Defeat all monsters and retrieve the film karma. What? Garbage is this, man? God damn it! I don't know why my game does that. I go to map, but it never goes to character for some reason.
Opportunities to bask in the sunlight like this are few and
Look alive!
the wind knows me.
Hi! Let's get it on!
They're not voiced, so this quest doesn't matter. Is that persimmon tree? Hurry up. I'm more interested in the tree I saw. Chop, chop, chop! Okay, it's complete, yeah. Shimmer? Oh, hold that. I love persimmons. Oh. You don't know what they are. They're a cross between an orange and a tomato. So it's very dense, but it's very fruity tasting. God damn it. Zoom out. There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh god, these guys good. The gossipers.
You guys are back?
Crystal! Macaroon!
You guys didn't get caught and thrown back down here, right?
Huh? No, not at all.
And here I thought you'd managed to escape from jail during all the commotion. I'd held you up as legendary jailbreakers, but now you're telling me you just never left?
Like,
We're
this is all
sorry,
fluff.
but we
Like,
just
come on, get to the
had some
point. Like,
business
how am
to
I
take
talking to
care
these
of.
people?
All right. There's no need to get caught up in the details. We're just relieved to see you. He was super worried about you, you know.
Hey, it wasn't just me. Weren't you super worried as well?
Something like that, yeah. I was also transferred to work in the kitchen a few days ago. I can still hear Quisto mumbling to the carrots. Are those two all right? Do you think they made it out alive? Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell him I'm sure they're fine. Wherever they are, they're kicking back with drinks in hand, enjoying the lovely scenery.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with worrying about your prison pals. Is there? I mean, considering how they always love listening to all my gossip.
These two. They sure are a lot warmer and friendlier than when Paimon first met them.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be watching you to make sure you finish every last bite.
I'm just going around telling people that, yeah, I'm alive. Don't worry about it.
Seedwing! Traveler, Paimon, you're back! Are you still doing alright? Did either of you get hurt? We're fine, but what about you guys? It was such a huge mess. How bad was it? A few people sustained superficial injuries, but that's about the extent of the damage. Monsieur Nervulette paid us a visit. It was all thanks to him that we managed to suppress the crisis for the time being. Of course, we must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervulette know that he was needed here? Well, Monsieur Nervulette has strong resonance with the hydro element. When the water level rises, he can feel the waves produced. I ran into the bombshell bros while bandaging the injuries of the wounded. They were mumbling the whole time about how you just ran down without a word. I'm so relieved to see that you're both all right. If you're not too pressed for time, please stay with us a few more days. Just let me know if you get a craving for any particular dish, so I can have Mr. Walsey get your meals prepared. Oh, and please feel free to visit the infirmary for a break at any time. I'd like to take the opportunity to spend some more time observing your facial muscles as well. Your happy smiles are quite contagious, you know. They're so memorable, and I've missed them immensely while you were gone.
How do I get over there? Guessing I have to go up to some second floor. What do I do with these things, man? I don't understand. Like RT, like...
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes.
I don't understand.
Now to start
Right up
reeling
there.
them in.
Do I shoot it with an arrow?
Are you going to hold a festival?
No? Here.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from an A.
Thanks to everyone's support. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clarant in person.
Whoa, how did she react?
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life wasn't a big deal to her at all. She also told me not to worry about it.
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on it.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were, a bit hard to understand. And also that she's looking forward to working with us in the future.
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. That's fantastic. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers close, which now might also include you.
Father is very capable, and also trustworthy.
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well.
She tried to kill
said that
someone.
You should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Farina.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host a tea party.
For real? Then Paimon wants another serving of cake.
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were up there. How lovely. Well, next time, you're going to have tea and snacks with us.
Did I really have to come all the way here just for this? Oh my god. Dude. Like, this wasn't necessary at all. This whole section was really unnecessary.
Courier, Miss Sijwin told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working on something, so I forgot.
That's no excuse for... Huh? It's you two.
Junior, Lurvine, we're back!
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently. How have you been?
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to work on the ship?
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to anyone.
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that route over the one from the Duke's office.
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't you?
Not at all!
Again, waste of time. Just want to check something here. When does the shop reset? The Paimon shop. 9 days, okay.
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see 2 inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing. Is everything still alright?
We're fine, for the most part. Neuvillette came down and took care of the worst of it.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay here?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the Courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sijwin's gift with him, though.
He sure sounds super busy.
Miss Cloran has left as well. She also took her gift from Miss Sijwin.
Were the gifts milkshakes?
Neuvillette got the milkshake. Clorand received lipstick instead.
Those aren't even remotely alike.
Well, it's Neuvillette's own fault for making Sijwin worried about his health by working so much. But besides that, our head nurse is still pretty fond of picking out beauty products for the ladies. Oh, and I have some gifts here for you as well.
Are these from Sijwin too?
Nope, they're from yours truly. You've already wrapped up your work at the fortress, so you can return to the surface at any time. You haven't yet served your full prison term, however, so you may continue to use your cell until your term is up.
For real? Then we could stay here for a really long time?
You may access the cafeteria for free.
Hooray!
Just remember to come complete your paperwork once it's time for your release.
I want to check, like, how do you get more coupons? Because I want to buy the recipes. I want to check something here. Come on. I don't know.